Today I'm going to share another important thing that I've learned from the book Atomic Habits, because as I'm proceeding ahead, I'm learning new strategies and ways in which we can simply acquire and develop new set of habits which can help us improve our personality at the end of the day. So basically, if you connect the thing that I'm going to discuss in our today's discussion with the rest of the stuff, for example, implementation, intention, or habit stacking, it's certainly going to help you a lot. And what I'm referring to is the idea of visual cues. So basically the thing is that, my dear fellows and friends, you're only going to develop a habit when you're going to set some signals, signs through which you are able to recall that you are supposed to do something. You really have to perform some task, but your mind is certainly going to distract you with the rest of the things that are, like, let's say, already present in your surroundings. But to give you an example from the thing through which we connect, based on the previous videos that you've already seen, that I follow tennis, so I'll give you the example from the tennis lifestyle. So let's say if you want to become a tennis player, instead of just saying, as I'm going to play early in the morning, okay, when, where, when are you going to take a start? Because you haven't decided the time and place when you're going to take a start. And after what thing are you going to play tennis? Even that thing also matters. But even then, let's say if you have done habit stacking and you have done implementation, intention, there is another important thing that you can do that will drive you to simply start playing the game, that is going to remind you that you have made a commitment to yourself and you are supposed to play this game. And for example, by visual cues, I'm referring to putting a can of tennis balls in your room, hanging your tennis racket somewhere on your wall, because when you will enter into that room, one way or another, your eyes, your sight will fall on that racket, one way or another, while strolling around, while walking, either entering into the room or coming out of the room. One way or another, you're going to see that thing hanging on your wall. It will recall you, it will make you remember a commitment that you have made to yourself, that you remember you're supposed to play at this specific time. So if it will be there in front of you, that is going to push you hard that you are supposed to do it. Otherwise, if you are keeping it somewhere inside your room, a locker, or anywhere else, you can simply forget about it anytime you want. But if the visual cues are there in front of you, you can apply this thing for anything that you want to do. Let's say if you want to simply give a reading to a new book. So as long as it's there on your table, where you simply put the rest of the stuff also that you have to use on daily basis, then suddenly it's going to recall you that you are supposed to give it a reading. But if you are keeping it in some shelf like this one, it's not going to work the best way. You have to put it somewhere in front of you where the rest of the stuff that is of daily use is there. So this thing is certainly going to help you out. And the point is, visual cues. Create these things to develop good set of habits. And to take it in another way also, before summing up the whole video, if you want to remove the bad habits out of your personality, what do you think you can do? You can simply, take the idea from this visual cues and think about the way in which we can get rid of the bad habits. You can mention this thing by coming up with an example from your own life or some of your friends to remove the bad habits. What are the things that we can do? If you think you know the answer, you can simply put it in the comment section. I'm certainly going to love reading your opinion, your thoughts, and the way you're going to get rid of the bad habits. Because I already told you, the way of incorporating good habit is visual cues, habit stacking, implementation, intention. But if we have to remove something, what can we do? Based on all these three things, think of the way, and if you can figure it out, do share it in the comment section. I would love to give it a reading alongside the rest of the fellows who are also watching this video.